Hi guys, hi guys, hi guys, hi guys. ¿Cómo tú estás? Anyway, I'm over here in the Bronx trying to wonder where do I drive today? Do I go to Long Island or do I stay in Westchester? I gotta go on Long Island later, so I'm thinking right now Long Island is the choice. It's a long drive out there to Long Island, guys. I'm tired already and I didn't even start driving yet. So anywho, welcome to my world. How are you guys doing on this Saturday evening? I want to talk about conquering your fears. So, this morning I got up, guys, and I'm going to the barbecue, so I wanted to like put on something cute, just like something simple but cute. This is my simple attire. This is my accessories, my hat and my glasses. Pop, right? So I'm like a choke victim, right? I was a victim. I'm a survivor, I should say. And for a long time, I couldn't wear chokers because I would feel like I'm suffocating. This morning, I got up. I said, I want to conquer my fear. I want to conquer my fear of feeling suffocated when I put my chokers on. That I love my chokers so much. I do love chokers. So yeah, I conquer my fear. I walk through the valley. I conquer my fear by putting on my chain and leaving it there, as a symbol of me conquering my fear of feeling suffocated, my fear of never wearing chokers again, my fear of every time I wear my jewelry, I see the person, my abuser, choking me. And so I conquered my fear this morning, guys, just by simply taking charge of my life, taking charge and denouncing the fear in my life. We all we all have fears, right? But fear is not of God. So you got to conquer those fears. You got to trust and believe that God will get you through whatever you're going through. But you got to take that first step. It's up to you. It's your choice. Just like I decided to take this step today because I didn't want to fear anymore. And I'm so glad that I did it. Fear not. I don't want to live my life in fear at all because it's not a good feeling to be fearful. Fearful about stuff that you can't control. You know? You know? So it's up to you to make that decision and take that charge over your life. Let me go see if I see colors. This guy has somebody ever been on your mind and you don't know why? I hope he's okay. I'm gonna go see if I see my friend this morning. Yeah. So when I put on this chain first this morning, I felt like I was suffocating and I was like, I can't do this. And I wanted to just grab it off, but I said, today is the day that I take power over my life and don't live in fear anymore. Fear of not being able to put on my chokers anymore. I didn't want to live like that. You know? This is my first day ever wearing in 4 years a choker. And I'm glad because if I'm not talking about it, I'm not thinking about it. But I'm glad that I got over that fear. And I'm so glad that I was empowered this morning. So I'm just coming here to empower you guys and to tell you that whatever you feel fearful about, you got to go through it. You got to go through it. You got to take charge. It's up to you. You got to make that decision to not live in fear, you know? It's up to you. The choice is yours. You can live in fear. You can keep on being fearful of that thing, of those people, because people have a different fears. It's not just because you're wearing this or wearing that. So this is another thing about this fear that I had. Like, I'm single right now, right? So if I was to have a partner, please God, let it be a husband. Don't want to fornicate. So if I was to have a partner, guys, and he was to try to play the choking game with me, it wouldn't be a good thing. I don't know what I would do to him, but that is definitely one of my boundaries that I'm not willing to play with. I don't want to play those kind of sex games. I don't want to be abused when I'm having sex. That's not fun to me. Some people love it. I've been abused all my life, and I don't want more abuse in my life. I like to make love, not to be abused. Some people call that fun. That's not fun to me. It's very abusive. You know? Why would somebody love you and treat you like that when they're making love to you? Oh, I said having sex with you, because there's a difference. It definitely is. So anyway, I had to come and see this guy, but I don't see him out here. Where is he? Okay. He's not out here. This guy have been heavily on my mind. Heavily on my mind. But I don't see him out here. Anyway, guys, what y'all talking about? Yes. You gotta surrender all to Jesus. I'm just sitting here. You better believe you better surrender all to Jesus. Even when you're fearful. Again, fear is not of God. It's the enemy telling you all of these stuff that you can and you cannot do. You cannot do. And you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. You can and you will. You will if you take a stand. If you decide to move forward with your life and not to be stuck. You guys are not stuck. I know it feels like that sometimes, like you're stuck and you can't do this and you can't do that. You're not stuck. It's just a decision that you need to make. And I don't know why I got up this morning. Again, I'm going to a barbecue today and I just wanted something simple. I got a very simple outfit. It's just my glasses and my hat that is like extra, right? And I said, I got this chain with a heart on it and I would like to put it on. Because I haven't worn a choker in 4 years. And I decided, it made me want to tear up a little bit talking about it, you know? Why did I allow somebody to treat me like that? It's because I didn't love myself enough at the time. Sometimes you think you love yourself, but it's the test that proved that you didn't love yourself at the time. So right now my boundaries is up and I refuse to let somebody treat me less than what I deserve any longer in my life. Any longer in my life. I will not accept that at all. Period. You know, and you guys should not accept it either. Dominance is not love, guys. Somebody controlling your life, somebody being a controller over your life, it's not love. That's just something that you was familiar with growing up. That's probably what's in your surrounding, in your environment, in your parenting, you know, the way you was parented as a child. But now you're a whole adult, so you got to take responsibility. You can't keep on living in those same old patterns, you know? You can change. You can change your life. Man, God, why are you driving like this? Listen, driving 10 miles an hour is bad too. Yeah. Can't be on the highway driving 2 miles an hour, man. Sometimes, guys, when you think about this world and how it's set up right now, you just know that the world is a stage. It's a big stage. Who do you choose to let in, you know, in this stage of life? Who do you let into your world? Your world. Do you let in more negative thoughts? Telling you what you can or what you cannot do? Who you are after God told you who you were in His power? Are you still going to be on the floor, on the ground, still trying to make a decision? Make that decision today to move forward with your life. You're not stuck. Conquer that fear. You know, you're in relationships, whether it's a marital relationship or friendship or fellowship. Jobs. You're in these relationships and it's not working for you to continue to stay there because you're scared to make a move. I was scared too at one point. Even the last job that I had, right? The last good job that I had, I was at this company and the managers were like, the narcissistic managers was like ganging up on me, you know? But they didn't know. After I went to HR, because HR is not your friends, guys. HR is not your friend. It's there for the company, not for you. They want to take down every detail to make sure they use it against you. They have to write it down. But after you go to HR with a complaint, don't just know that your situation at that job is not going to get better anyway. The narcissistic managers, because you know they like to roll in cliques, and they try to gang up against me, guys. And one day I was there and I just couldn't take it no more. I didn't have another job. Sometimes guys can testify that sometimes you let go. You gotta just flee. And that's what I had to do. I just had to flee. I felt miserable in that place. I felt chaotic in that place, like I was gonna flip the whole office over on that day that I left. I didn't, they were like in a meeting or something, and I just opened my lock and I got everything out of my lock and I left, because that's how I felt. I felt like I wanted to flip the whole place over. I'm telling you guys how I felt. I wanted to flip the whole place over, so I left before that could happen. I never ever want to be in shackles. So I left. And I was so glad I left. You see, when I let go, I made that decision and I decided to leave. I had no fear on that day when I left. The only fear I probably had is what I was going to do to these people. So when people say they snap, people do really snap. It really is a thing. Snapping is really a thing. That's why when you see people acting a certain way, you need to give them a break and stop going in their faces and just fall back. That's what you need to do. Fall back, because you don't know what people are going through. And when I left, guys, I'm just giving you guys what I'm getting in my spirit. When I left that job, it was on a Friday. And on the Monday, I had an offer. I wasn't even looking for a job when I got that offer. I couldn't believe it. But that's what happens for real when you let go. When you let go of those people, places, and things. Things happen because you leave room for something else to come into your life. That's the truth. Anyway, so I'm driving towards Westchester right now, hoping to get a fare to LaGuardia, or I don't want to go to New Jersey today. I went to New Jersey yesterday. It was a mess. I went all the way. I made $80 on one trip, but the tolls, it didn't make sense to me. I think it was like something like $35 in toll. It didn't make sense to me, guys. I'm processing. But anyway, you gotta leave. You gotta flee. Sometimes we're in a marriage, and that's just one situation of work. Let me talk about different situations. So that's the work situation. So if you're in a marriage, and yeah, God hates divorces, right? But if in the case of adultery, that's not how it's supposed to be. God don't want you to get abused. So yeah, flee. That's what you need to do. Flee and get to know who you are. That's a relationship in a marriage. Flee and get to know yourself. Develop a relationship with yourself and God, the God in you. They take. That they think because you're like a parent that they could do whatever they want to do. Everybody sees things different. I'm just telling you guys what I observed. What I observed is that people that give their kids opportunity to grow up, like when they go to college, let them go away to college so they can grow up, as opposed to giving them everything and then they don't appreciate, they don't respect you because you do everything for them. You know, you gotta turn your back sometimes when they ask for things and they're like over 18. Let them go get a job. Listen, even if they don't go get a job, create a job. You got AI, let them go learn. You know what I'm saying? Because those same kids that you keep on feeding everything, buying them clothes, buying them cars, doing this, they coming in your house, they smoking, they doing all type of things, because you allow it, you smoking with them as well. Those same kids come to abuse you later on in life, because that's what you put out, you know? So sometimes, yes, you gotta walk away from your kids. Go to jail, you're doing a bit with them as well. They're not learning no lesson. You support the kids that's going to jail more than the kids that's in college. You support them. It's true. It's true. Them too. You got to give them tough love. They're grown now. They need to go grow up. They 30 years old. They're not contributing. You got to be begging them for like a phone bill or something. They should be helping with the rent. They shouldn't even be there. Go live your own life. 30 years old. I could see in your 20s, but 30. You teaching them how to be dependent, especially boys. When mothers treat the boys like that, oh, I love it. Mic drop. Woo! God, they riding that thing. It's so dangerous. Don't come back at me. They're going fast. Bikers. Bikers is the whole thing. I remember when I went to Myrtle Beach, they had this whole bike club. You know? Because they fear not. They're fearless. Talk about fearless. Bikers are fearless. Imagine being on the highway just look like the bike goes faster than a car. Fearless men. Something sexy about that. Anyway, sidetrack. Yeah, bikers are fearless. You want to be fearless but not stupid, okay guys? Fear not. We was talking about people how they just sit by and let things happen. And recently in the Bronx, there was a young lady, I don't know her name, but she's Jamaican. Her mother was so upset, you know? I think that's so foul. Like, nobody intervened, you know, call the cops, whatever you have to do, like something, you know? I don't know, like, we just mind our business these days. And the more you mind your business, the more things keep happening. But imagine if people knew that people were going to intervene. They wouldn't do all the crazy things that they're doing, like how it was back in the days. Boys couldn't just come in the neighborhood to do things like that because the uncles and the brothers and the cousins and the fathers, the grandfathers would step in. But not now. Everybody just let things happen. It just happened. You know? I think it's sad when we get to the point where human beings don't respect anymore. It's no good. Gotta respect each other. First you gotta respect yourself though, you know? But I'm in Yonkers right now, guys, and like I said, I'm going out to Long Island sometime today. Hopefully I get a nice long trip to Long Island. That would be the perfect, and I'm speaking it into existence, so that would be the perfect day for me. Like, God, let me get a trip to Long Island. That would be amazing. But anyway, I'm here now, and I'm going to go. But I hope you guys, if you have any fear, that you conquer them, like how I conquered my fear today of wearing a choker, even when I didn't wear one in 4 years because I was scared after my choke experience. But today I conquered my fear. I do not feel like this is how I used to be like, and today I could wear it. So God is good. Thank you, God. Thank you for helping me with my fear. I conquered many fears. Like fear of picking myself up off the ground after my relationship, my 25-year marriage ended. Fear of the unknown. But I did it. I did it. I'm good. With or without a man. With or without a husband. With or without family. With or without kids. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. He is my rock, my rose of Sharon, my shield, my protector, my everything. Like a breath of fresh air. I'm blessed. Conquer your fear, guys. Don't stay down on the ground. Get about the valley. One step at a time. That's all it takes. You don't have to do it all at once. But one step at a time, and you'll be smiling too. Even if you don't have this or you don't have that, you'll be smiling. Because you know that God is with you and He's going to take care of you. Adopt me for tell. Anyway, bye, Guan, sooner later, adios. Okay, bonjour, all of that good stuff. me. All right? Thank you guys. Have a great day. Click off of this.